What's up, guys? Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment below. Also, be sure to check out the link in the description and check out our challenge if you're ready to grow your business or go to that next level in your business. Today, I want to talk about the 3 C's. The 3 C's that you must have in order to grow your business. Because this is a long-term game. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. No matter what your outcome that you're reaching for or striving towards in your business, you're still looking at least 5 years in this game. If you want to exit your business eventually for a big payday someday, then you're still looking at five years, because you've got to build, it takes time to collect the people to join your team. It takes time to build and implement the processes that you need to make sure that you're being successful. And it takes time to grow your customer base to be successful and to build your revenue up and your profit up to where your business is actually worth something when you have an outside investor or another company that's interested in purchasing you. So this is a long-term game. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Now, you still need these 3 C's if you're going to make this happen, because you got to have grit in the game, as I said. So one of the first C's that you need is courage. It takes courage every step of the way. Congratulations if you're new in business and you decided to have the courage to actually start your own thing and to give this thing a try. You either had what Michael E. Gerber calls in the E-Myth an entrepreneurial seizure, saying, your brain short circuits and you're like, I'm going to go try this on my own. And then you get out there and you realize, man, there's way more to this than I ever considered before. I'm used to just getting a pile of calls to go do every day or a pile of bids to go do every day. Well, now I'm responsible for generating those calls and generating those bids. So you quickly realize there's way more moving parts. It's way more, it's a bigger game than what you originally thought. That's at least the situation that I found myself in. So you had courage to step out on your own. That's great. But every step of the way, there's going to be more and more courage needed to do the next thing that's going to get you to the next level. And the thing that stops us from going to the next level is the fear of loss, number one. We feel like if we're going to make these changes, we're going to lose something. Like we might have to get rid of somebody on our team that isn't a good fit. Well, we might lose a friendship. We may have to move to maybe where a more densely populated area that's not too far from where we currently live if we're going to attract better team members. There's things like this that we're going to constantly be having to make decisions that take courage. And so courage is never anything. But then you've got the process pain, another thing that stops us from using courage, which is, well, what if I do this thing and I don't get the results? Or what if the very act of doing this thing. So for instance, it could be, God, it's going to be so much work to move my shop, to move to a more densely populated area that's not too far from me, so I can attract more people and have more of a central hub location for the customers in my area. So the very process of moving could stop you from wanting to move. And this is just an example. And then you've got the outcome pain, which says, well, what if I move and my outcome's not any better? These are all things that take courage to overcome. So courage is a major factor in the 3 C's to grow your business. The next one is commitment. Once you're fully committed, it could be the thing that allows you to have the courage to do the thing that you need to do to grow your business. If you're fully committed, if you're going all in, if you're not, the old saying like burn the ships. You got to burn the ships if you want to move forward. Because if you always have a plan B in the back of your mind, you'll always do less than what you would normally do if there was no plan B. This is when people are, maybe they own a business and they're doing work at night, on the evenings, or on the weekends, but they're just too scared to leave the benefits and the pay with their current company. They just got their toe in the water and they're just afraid because they don't have the courage, and they haven't made the commitment. Because once they make the commitment, then the courage kicks in. It's like, okay, I don't really have a choice here. I need to go ahead and start my own thing. I need to cut ties with what I'm doing currently so I can become this new person who is an actual business owner and hasn't just created a side job hustle for myself. And the third C is community. You got to have a community. That's That can come from your team members. That can also come from your circle of influence, the people that you surround yourself with. Could be friends, family, your spouse, people who you mastermind with. Could be a group of individuals that are on the same path as you. You got to have a community. You need the support. You got to have the support. If you don't have the support, I'm telling you, when times get tough and you don't have somebody there to at least just get stuff off your chest, because just talking about stuff with somebody who can relate to you immediately brings down the volume that has over your headspace. And when that happens, then you're able to think clearer and make better choices and decisions, and you're able to act instead of just being frozen. So you got to have these 3 C's: the commitment, the community, and also commit to a community. Commit to a community. So these go both ways. Like, you got to have, I'm just going to put arrows all over the place here, right? Because you got to have these 3 C's if you're going to win in business. So I hope this made sense to you. I hope you'll take this stuff to heart, because I'm just speaking from my heart here. I'm telling you, this is what it takes if you want to grow your business. So guys, I just want the best for you. I want you to win in life and in business. I want you to create a life by design instead of just by default. One of the things that I learned here recently, I went to a trip in Costa Rica, a retreat. And man, we had no TV. We had air conditioning. It worked pretty good at night. Didn't work that great during the day. It's the hot season there, so you're just sweating all day long. Me and my wife still worked out during that time, which was brutal. I mean, it's so hot. But the thing about it is we were able to connect at a deeper level. We were able to get back in touch with nature. And it made me realize one important factor that I have, I'm such a driven, ambitious individual. Maybe you can relate to me in that sense. You're entrepreneurial, so you love building things. You love building businesses. And for the first couple of days that I was there, I felt guilty because I wasn't having these new ideas spark up in my head. Like, I thought, man, when I can go shut down and get away, get out of my current environment, that all these new ideas were going to flood in, and they just weren't. And I talked to my wife about this. So I've always had one member of my community that's a staple in my community is my wife. And so I talked to my wife about it, and she's like, well, what if it just didn't matter? What if you just relaxed? And I did. And no new ideas came in. I just shut it off. And we had the best time. And so I realized just how much I hadn't been living. So I had just been existing. And so it's a newfound passion of mine to help other people in the HVAC space, in the high performance space, to live, not just exist. Because there's so much more to life. There's so much that you're not seeing. You know, the old saying, stop and smell the flowers. You might not be stopping and smelling the flowers along this journey. And the journey is the destination. So that's one of my newfound passions, because it was so enlightening to me. So love you guys. If some of the stuff that I'm talking to you about here resonates, be sure to check out the link in the description. Hope to see you on the challenge. Hope to share so much more information with you. Until then, go make money.